Back here at Canale Arena, Eli Savoy joined now by head coach Mike Nienaber. And coach, that the final shot there, you got a good look from Joe Larrabee, and it just didn't go down.
We got a better one than they did.
Yeah, absolutely.
We contest that shot they hit was contested. A really tough shot. And we had, when you think about it, down the home stretch, we had 2 or 3. Joe had another one earlier. Brad had one out of the corner.
Yep.
We had, and what was happening, we were getting it into Adam, and Adam was starting to do damage around the basket, and we got those kick-out threes, and they were wide open. Like I said, we got Brad one out of the corner. Joe got another one earlier, and that's when we were playing with that 1 or 2 point lead, where if you hit those shots, you're not out of the woods, but you're a heck of a lot better off than we were. And then we go down, we get stops, and we can't. And so many of the rebounds were balls that came off and wound up on the floor, and wound up being 50-50 balls, and we got none of them. And again, sometimes that's because we are a step slow, we're not moving it. But you know what? I thought we had our hands on a couple that we could have dug out, we could have dove on, and called timeout. We had the timeouts to do, and I felt like there were a lot of missed opportunities like that. Missed a lot, quite a few at the basket. Alex had a couple in the post where he is really effective, and they just rolled off. And the problem is, so many times, like when you get it to Alex down in the post, or you get somebody going. Joe missed a layup earlier again. So many times when you miss those layups or those point blank post ups, those are the ones that wind up going down your throat on the other end, because again, we're a step slow recovering. You're thinking, okay, we got a layup, and maybe there's just that half second that you kind of, you're catching your breath in frustration. They're off to the races, and we did a good job, I thought, overall defensively, but a few times there we lost their shooters in transition, and we talked about that a lot going into this game, and overall I thought we played great defensively. But
we talked about the pace. It was the score was your range at 72-70. That seemed to average 95 points a game. So you got the score, you got the game, the style you wanted to play.
Yeah, it just and again the offensive rebounds killed us. You give them 15. Give them 15 off. We had some big ones ourselves, but you just can't give that many. The last round down here.
They got 3.
They got 3 shots. You just can't do that. And expect to beat a good team like this. So, as I said, everybody, obviously Joe feels terrible. He got a great look. It just didn't go. But I said, that's not the play where we lost the game. It's this play here, and that play when we got out of control one time, and we had a kick out to Brad where he wasn't open, and he kind of penetrated in there and kind of lost his balance. And we're one of those plays where you just need to stop and find somebody again. If you don't have balance, and all of us tend to do that at times. Adam lost balance at one time and threw that pass behind his back, or that little slide, and that was totally an off balance kind of thing that he was trying to find something desperately when he lost control. But those are the kind of plays that got us beat, not wide open missed threes that just didn't go.
Mitch Mays came in, gave you some good minutes, including a huge tip-in bucket that looked like it might win the game at the time. But he really did a great job for you.
Yes, he did. He and we've been looking for that and hoping for that for a good part of 2 years that he's been playing. And obviously the more he does that, the more impact that's going to have as far as feeling like you got to get him on the floor and play him. So, and the thing about it, Mitch can shoot the ball too. He's a good three-point shooter in high school. I just don't think he has the confidence right now to take him sometimes when I think it comes out to him and he's open. He got a good look. He's another got a good look out of the corner there, and it just didn't go. But we were 7 for 24 from 3. Just not what we need. Not the kind of game we need from across the board from people to beat a team like this.
So we talk about this is such an important 3 days, because now it makes Monday pretty much a must-win, because otherwise you dig yourself a hole at the top of the conference.
And the problem, I told the guys afterward too, I said that the problem is the way things are going in the region right now, and it's still early, so a lot of things can happen, but the way things are looking in the region right now, the SCI MEAC has 2 or 3 teams right now that have really good records, and if they get 2 teams in, Florida's going to at least get 2 or 3. This is not going to be a 4-bid year for the Gulf South Conference the way it's looking right now. So, you know, we got to stay in the top 3. We got it, you know, and we got to win this game, you know. So, you know, to keep ourselves in that angle, in that position, you know, there's a lot of basketball left to play. But again, we don't need. The other thing is we don't need to be going on the road next week. 2 tough road games against Montevallo that is always really good, and that's a tough place to go play. And West Alabama, who's one of those teams that's fighting to be in the top 3 or 4 of the league, very good team. You know, we're going on the road next week. We don't need to go into that off of 2 home losses. Yeah. So Monday does become a very, very critical game for us. And I told the guy, I said, as hard as this was, you know, we did so many things well enough to win tonight. You know, we missed a couple really key free throws too. You know, I mean, and Jeff's been making them all year, and you know, he had a couple roll off that were down halfway down the rim and it just rolled off. Adam missed one. You know, we've been making those free throws. You know, that's why our record was what it was. We've been making them, and you know, a couple of them roll off, and it just, you know, they all add up. All those plays, and you know, I'm not saying it to kind of pick on those guys because they're doing everything they can. I thought Jeff, you know, on a night when maybe the shots, it wasn't the kind of offensive game that he's been having most nights, but I thought he played a great floor game, made some great, you know, to me, one of the biggest plays early when he got that offensive rebound and found Joe on the kick out. You know, we don't make those kind of plays enough, and you know, and we talk about it all the time. We get offensive rebounds, or we get our guards around the basket against teams that are this big and this athletic and long, and we try to score. You know, I got 5'10", 6-foot guys under there trying to score on 6'7" athletes. You know, fake it and kick it out. Somebody's open, and Jeff did it on that play. And you know,
he had 11 rebounds in the game too.
He was getting a few of those 50-50s. He was scrambling around, pulling some of them, and had some big steals. You know, where he blindsided some people. So I thought Jeff really had a very good game. You know, I mean, you know, a couple of the shots that he normally is going to hit didn't go, but you know, that's the case with a lot of these guys. You know, and you know, I thought Luke coming back for his first game gave us some pretty good minutes. You know, and that's something that's going to give us another boost. That, you know, another guy that, you know, can potentially come in and make some threes at times. So, you know, we still got, you know, we got good kids that are scrapping. I mean, we just can't let this heartbreak come back and bite us on Monday night. Exactly. We've got to recover. We got to be strong mentally and come back and get it done Monday night, and then move forward.
Well, and a little earlier start time than normal on Monday. It'll be a 4 o'clock game because it's been moved up due to some travel because of weather possibilities. So again, folks, instead of a 7 o'clock game on Monday night, it'll be a 4 o'clock game. We will have it here on Sports 56 and 87.7 FM. Coach, we'll see you then.
Okay, thanks.
That's Mike Nienaber.
All right.